Turned out to be a heck of a game from Kailua, Hawaii. Welcome back to the SFL studios in San Antonio, Texas. The Grand Rapids Rollers played a great game, but just too many things in the first half went against them, and the Rollers fall 24-17. Wyverns finish out their preseason, the first team to do so, with a 1-1 record after a 44-41 loss to Baltimore in Week 1. Look at the stats here. More rushing yards than passing yards for Kailua today. In fact, Grand Rapids outgained Kailua 436 to 300, nearly doubled them up on first downs, and lost the game. Grand Rapids trailed 14-0 at halftime. Rocco Marconi, a brutal pick six to Sebastian Brock, really hurt the Rollers, and the offensive line play did as well. We'll get to that in just a moment. Rocco Marconi finishes with a quarterback rating of over 100, 33 of 44, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, but that one costly interception. He was sacked 6 times. Matsumoto only 18 attempts, 12 completions for $125. A very pedestrian day for Ono. On the ground, no pedestrian day for Noel Kreis. 32 attempts, 179 yards, and 2 touchdowns with a long of 96. He broke 6 tackles. Baja broke 8, however, 25 carries, 110 yards. His day ends up turning out pretty decent. Marcus Campbell was ridiculous. 11 receptions, 192 yards, and a touchdown on 13 targets. He did, however, drop a touchdown in the end zone late in the fourth quarter, although it doesn't read on the stat sheet. That was a huge drop for Campbell, as the Rollers may have forced overtime or could have potentially won the game. They also missed 3 field goals in this one. Lawrence Kirkland, 4 receptions, 70 yards, and Iba just with 3 grabs and 4 total targets. Not much passing for Kailua. On the defensive end of the ball, Sebastian Brock, 13 tackles, 2 assists, 1 sack, 2 passes defended, and a pick 6. Jeb Gatlin's day, first day as a Roller, he finishes with 9 tackles and 2 assisted. Lee Tuck-Inyuk, however, ridiculous performance, 8 tackles, 4 assisted, 3 sacks on the day to go along with 6 tackles for loss. He was phenomenal, and overall 6 sacks for the Wyvern defense, including 1 from Sebastian Brock on that 4th and 1 stop at the 2-yard line for the Rollers when they went for it down by 14 points. Justin Saunders finishes with 7 tackles, as does Shigeki and Unsicker for Kailua and Grand Rapids, respectively. 24-17, it was a good game. We even saw our first block kick in SFL history as Jun Kazanari unable to convert. He's the first star kicker to ever miss a field goal in this league as well. Final score, 24-17. Rollers are back in action next week against the Baltimore Crabs, their first home game of the season, as Baltimore looks to improve to 2-0 as an expansion franchise this preseason after beating Kailua last week. Football Sunday is right around the corner tomorrow at 3 p.m. We've got the San Francisco Bulldogs and the Oklahoma City Renegades as Jasper Hart faces his former team. And then at 6 o'clock, the 1-0 New York Knights against the 1-0 Dallas Stars, both who got victories last weekend, will take on each other as West St. Clair, who has performed historically well in Dallas, will take on Johnny English and the Dallas Stars. From all of us in Kailua, Hawaii, and from our SFL studios in San Antonio, Texas, I'm going to have to get used to saying that. We wish you a great rest of your day, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow on the SFL Network on Twitch for #Football Sunday. Spread the word.